Wild Bill Steely, the president of Interactive Magic, obviously had a deeply moving experience when he played his first video game, Star Raiders. His fledgling company's latest game, Star Rangers, is done in the same style as that wonderful game of yesteryear. Not just a shooter, the designers of Star Rangers are throwing in a healthy dose of strategy, making it a shooter for the thinking man, person. The Star Rangers are a team of folks who patrol the galactic border against whatever baddies may come along. Based on the legendary Texas Rangers who defended their territory against Mexican banditos, the Star Rangers must protect their portion of the galaxy from raiding aliens, who are aiming to get a foothold on whatever territory they can. In a departure from linear mission assignments found in games like Wing Commander and TIE Fighter, the player decides for himself where to go and who to fight. Beginning with a map which shows the current situation, the player must place sonar buoys in the unknown areas of space to monitor enemy movement. Using this information and factoring in considerations like time and fuel, the player must plan strategic attacks to defend against the enemy. Being billed as a kind of intergalactic chess, strategy plays a large part in Star Rangers. When the enemy starts to close in, it's not always wise to just attack the enemies that are the closest. The player will have to defend civilian outposts and star bases, which means being at the right place at the right time. The player must use his time and positioning wisely in order to save a base that's under attack and get back to a civilian sector in time to protect it from a raid. There is a very small bit of role-playing in Star Rangers. Successful completion of missions and campaigns will mean promotion through the ranks. The player also has a choice of 5 wingmen to help with the fight. Each wingman has their own skill levels and attributes like shooting and flying. As in other games, the player can give the wingman orders like cover me and attack my target. But in Star Rangers, the player can also assign the wingman to other sectors of the galaxy. The wingman doesn't have to hang right by the player's side throughout the entire game. The Star Ranger ship can be outfitted with different weapons throughout the game. Sometimes the player will find upgrades on a ship that was successfully protected through enemy territory, and some weapons will be found on civilian outposts and star bases which the player must protect. Mostly lasers and missiles, there should be around 8 different weapon types when released. Although based on a game from years ago, the presentation should be totally 90s, featuring animated cutscenes, SVGA graphics, digital sound effects, an original soundtrack, realistic feeling flight models, and 7 different enemy types. Expansion missions discs are being considered, along with plans to put Star Rangers online. Star Rangers should appeal to both experienced and novice gamers alike. The campaign mode, which features 17 missions, should have enough action and strategy to keep veteran gamers happy, and the arcade mode, which allows lots of flying and shooting, lets novice gamers get used to things before delving into the deeper parts of the game. Based on a tried-and-true game design with lots of state-of-the-art features, Star Rangers is set to be released in October.